Are you looking for the best juicers? In your budget? Well, in today's video, we break down the top 5 best juicers. I made this list based on their price, quality, durability, and more. To find out more information about this product, you can check out the description below, and also make sure you subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. The 5th product on our list is the Breville Juice Fountain Elite Juicer. The Breville Juice Fountain Elite is undeniably a top-ranked juicer. It has a larger motor and larger pulp container than the base model, and is constructed of higher-end materials titanium instead of stainless steel instead of heavy-grade polymer. However, we did not find these improvements to lead to a noticeable performance improvement in our tests. This, coupled with a price that is twice as high, makes it hard to give this product an award. However, it is an excellent juicer and a great option for someone willing to pay top dollar for the sleekest and most stylish kitchen appliances. Meriting the most weight of any metric, this category is responsible for 25% of the total score for each juicer in our Best Juicer Reviewer. We used 3 different recipes to test each juicer, scoring each product on the taste and quality of the various juice cocktails produced. The Breville Juice Fountain Elite did very well. The Elite did quite well in our first test, a beet juice recipe known as Can't Beat It, containing apples, carrots, celery, cucumbers, ginger root, and of course beets. The finished drink was very smooth in texture and had an overall pleasant taste, with no distinct flavors overwhelming the rest. For our second test, we made a juice cocktail consisting of romaine lettuce, apples, and oranges, as well as celery and cucumbers. The Juice Fountain Elite performed a little worse, creating a slightly more watery blend than we would have liked. The flavor was relatively neutral, even bordering on bland, making the drink much less palatable than the very flavorful mixture produced by other juicers. But the drink's texture was very smooth, with no pulp at all. For the final test of this metric, we juiced a recipe referred to as the Sunset Blend, made up of sweet potatoes, orange, carrot, beets, and apples. The Elite finished this metric with a strong showing, creating a smooth and creamy beverage. However, while it did have excellent consistency, the flavor was a little more muted than some of the other drinks produced. For our next metric, we looked at the yield and quality of the juice produced when using soft produce. We used apple, orange, cucumber, and celery to evaluate each juicer, with the Juice Fountain Elite earning a decent score for its stellar performance. The Elite did an excellent job when tasked with juicing cucumbers, generating a well above average yield of juice that had only trace amounts of pulp. There also was only a mild amount of foam produced. For celery, we only got an average yield compared to the other models in our lineup, but once again, the juice had essentially zero pulp and only a moderate amount of foam. Performance dropped below average when we juiced oranges, with the Elite generating about 10 ml less juice than the average. The juice was still pulp-free, but had roughly a ½ inch of foam on the top. However, this juicer's score rebounded in our final test for this metric, earning the top score overall at juicing apples. It created over 50 ml more juice than the average juicer and had basically no pulp. That said, the juice separated relatively quickly, and there was about a ½ inch of foam created once again. Up next in the 4th place is the NutriBullet Juicer Pro. The NutriBullet Juicer Pro is the better of 2 centrifugal juicers made by NutriBullet. It offers 3 juicing speeds and comes with accessories such as glass to-go bottles and ice trays. The wide feed chute means you can throw in whole fruits and veggies without any pre-chopping or slicing required. Juicing is exceptionally fast, but the machine is noisy and it didn't produce better juice yields than its cheaper sibling. The NutriBullet Juicer Pro is an upgraded version of the NutriBullet Juicer, which is already featured in our Best Juicer Guide. And while the NutriBullet name might be synonymous with smoothie makers and blenders, NutriBullet is a company that knows how to build appliances that will turn fresh produce into tasty drinks. While it might be better than its sibling, the NutriBullet Juicer Pro doesn't actually cost very much more, so we'd still class it as a budget-friendly juicer. But with this model, you get 2 different sized freezer trays, as well as 2 glass to-go bottles bundled in. Note that if you're buying this model in the UK, you get only 1 of each. Other upgrades include a dual-sized food pusher, as well as a 3rd juicing speed thanks to increased wattage. It also has a larger pulp container than the NutriBullet juicer, so won't require emptying as frequently. Otherwise, the two models are quite similar and come with the same lidded juice pitcher and identical configuration. To create a mixed green juice, we combined celery with ginger, parsley, apple, and pear. The wide feed chute meant we could leave everything whole, so there was really no prep to do. We followed the guidance in the manual for speed, starting on low speed for the parsley, moving to high speed for the pear, and then turbo for everything else. It took around 1 minute 15 seconds to juice everything. The NutriBullet Juicer Pro was quite noisy, hitting 85 dB on our noise meter. We weighed the ingredients before and after juicing to work out the juice yield, which was 71%. This is a respectable yield, although it's in part due to the pulpiness of the juice, which means lots of fibers get through the strainer. A few whole leaves of parsley had also made their way into the drink. In addition to a layer of froth on top, the juice was very aerated, which, when combined with the pulpiness, gave it more of a smoothie texture than a traditional juice. The third product on our list is the Shine SJX 1 Easy Cold Press Juicer. If you only juice occasionally or are simply not looking to spend an entire paycheck on a juicer, this Tribes model is a solid pick. In fact, I'd recommend it. For under $200, this machine delivers delicious, smooth juice at a fraction of the cost of our top overall pick. It also has a generous 3-year warranty and a smaller footprint than the Huron. It actually clocks in at several pounds lighter. That's bound to be good news for anyone who doesn't have the necessary counter space to leave the juicer out all the time. It's far easier to take in and out of a cabinet or pantry, so it's certainly a great option for smaller spaces or vacation homes. In two ways, the Tribes Shine is noticeably not as premium as the Huron. It was certainly louder, averaging between 80 and 85 decibels while in use, and it has a smaller chute in which to feed produce. In other words, you need to spend more time cutting up fruit beforehand. But all that said, this machine still yielded a good amount of juice, not much less than the Huron, plus it was flavorful and grit-free. As far as the cleaning process went, the Tribes Shine was neither the most finicky nor the easiest to clean out of all the juicers we tested. It requires some effort, yes, but that's to be expected with a standard juicer, and you won't be stuck soaking and scrubbing the machine for hours. That said, none of the parts is dishwasher safe, so you'll need to get it all done by hand. The machine does come with a helpful nylon brush. It looks a little like an oversized toothbrush, which made loosening any stuck bits of fruit and pulp much easier. Overall, this is a solid model with a surprisingly reasonable price point. Second on our list is the Ninja JC151 NeverClog Cold Press Juicer. If you're not planning to go all in on a more expensive juicer, or you're a juicing beginner who thinks you'll use your appliance for the occasional glass of juice or fresh ingredients for cocktail prep, the Ninja NeverClog Cold Press Juicer is an excellent choice. You can find centrifugal juicers for cheaper than the Ninja, but they won't be as easy to use and clean or yield such delicious, smooth textured juices. The Ninja NeverClog has a much smaller footprint than most juicers, and indeed is more appropriately designed for single glasses of juice than whipping up a big batch for a crowd. But this small size trade-off is more of an asset for us, especially if you expect to use a juicer only occasionally. And if you wanted to juice carrots or ginger for a recipe, for example, you likely wouldn't need more than 2 or 3 cups of liquid anyway. With fewer, small parts, it's easy to maneuver, store, assemble, and break down with just a few clicks. And it's much easier to clean than any of the centrifugal models. Just a quick rinse under running water will wash off any lingering fruit or vegetable matter. Compared to the Nama, this is more of a classic feeding tube juicer design, which means you'll need to trim down your produce into relatively small pieces and add them to the machine in stages as it processes them, using the tamper to force them down. And at less than 2 inches in diameter, the feeding tube is quite narrow. Part of the testing involved weighing out the juice yield against the solids. The Ninja's pulp discard was slightly heavier wetter than what other models produced, which means that the juice yield is less. But even if there was a slight quantity issue, the quality of the juice was better than models with a higher yield. Unlike those machines, the Ninja didn't produce juice that was as foamy or that separated. We also found that while the machine runs quietly, some fresh fruits like grapes created some squeaking as they were being processed. Finally, the top product on our list is the Breville G98 XL Juice. Breville's Juice Fountain Plus is a sturdy, straightforward, and powerful centrifugal juicer. We assembled it with ease, and though it isn't compact, the machine is constructed to fit on a counter without taking up a ton of space. In the centrifugal juicer category, we found this model to be a standout, especially at the price point. The Juice Fountain Plus features a 3-inch wide feed chute that's extra wide to push whole apples or citrus fruits through, so unlike other models, you don't have to cut your fruits and veggies into tiny pieces before adding them to the juicer, but you should peel them. Also, while most of the other juicers we tested had forward and reverse buttons on their power switches, the Breville simply had high and low settings, which meant we could be specific about the power needed to juice leafy greens, soft fruits low, and denser root vegetables high. Centrifugal juicers are notoriously difficult kitchen appliances to clean, but we found the Juice Fountain Plus postgame to be relatively simple. First, because both the pulp collector and juice container, which also comes with a froth separator, have lids, we didn't have to wipe any errant splatters or fruit bits off the counter or cabinets. Second, the machine broke down into individual pieces, and with the help of the included cleaning brush, was clean in minutes. Most of the parts are even dishwasher safe. If your household favors quantity and speed, the Breville Juice Fountain Plus is the best juicer for you. Because the stainless steel cutting disc and micro mesh filter basket move at high speed, the noise level was a bit loud. It has an 850-watt dual-speed motor. However, that noisy power was worth it in the end because the machine juiced everything we gave it in seconds. And cleaning the Juice Fountain Plus and all centrifugal juicers is significantly more tedious. Pulp flies everywhere. The cutting disc and interlocking parts must be scrubbed, and more froth. The disc is sharp than cleaning a slow juicer. Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time.